So in this lecture, we'll be talking about all types of routers and all about routers. So let's talk about first what is routers. So by this scenario, like let's give you a scenario like if you are a telecom company which has a branch office in your area, then it establishes a connection between them, and then we use a routers at both ends which are connected through a fiber optic cable through high bandwidth STM link or DS3 link. So in this scenario, the traffic of this form of data, voice or video will flow through both ends dedicatedly between them without the interface of any third unwanted traffic. So this process is cost effective and also time efficient. Likewise, this router also plays a key role to establish connection between software testers. Then we will explore further. So this diagram, as you can see, this diagram of a router network where two routers, namely R1 and R2, are connecting three different networks. So let's now talk about types of router. So there are basically two types of router. First one is hardware routers. So there are hardware. So these are the hardware with distinctive inbuilt software competence provided by the manufacturer. So they use a routing ability to perform the routing, and they have some more special features also in addition to basic routing features, and also software routers. So they operate in the same way as the hardware router do, but they don't have any separate hardware box. It perhaps in a Windows network or Linux server. So these all have inbuilt routing abilities. Although the software testers are generally used as gateway and firewall in large number of networking system, both types of router have their own feature and significance. So let's talk about the features of routers. So it works on the network layer on the OSI reference model and communicate with neighbor device on the concept of IP addressing and subnetting. The main component of routers are the central processing unit, flash memory, non-volatile RAM, and also network interfacing card and console. Routers have a different kind of multiple ports like fast Ethernet port, gigabit, and STM link port. All ports support high-speed network connectivity. Depending upon the type of port needed on the network, the user can configure them accordingly. Routers carry out the data, and it gives the process to filter out the unwanted interfaces. Routers have the inbuilt intelligence to route the traffic in a big networking system by treating the subnetwork as an intact network. Routers always works in a master and slave mode, thus provide the redundancy. Both routers will have the same configuration as the router and hardware level. If the master fails, then the slave will act as a master and then it perform their entire task. So let's talk about what is IP routing. So it is the procedure of transmitting the packets from the end device of one network to remote end from the other network. So this is accomplished by the routers. So router inspect the destination end and IP address and then hop address, and according to the result it will follow the data packets to the destination. Routing tables are used to find out the next hop address and destination address. So let's talk about routing table. The routers have an internal memory called RAM. Then all the information a routing table gather will be stored in a RAM of routers, and a routing table identifies the path for a packet by learning the IP address and other related information from the table and forward the packet to a desired destination or network. So the following are the entities contained in a routing table, which is IP address and subnet mask of the destination host of the network, IP address of the all of those routers which are required to reach the destination network, extrovert interface information. And there are three types of procedure by populating a routing table, which is first, directly connected the subnets, static routing, and at the end, last, dynamic routing. So let's test our routing table inside our Windows machine. So simply type root print, and it will give you the table of these routing machines. As you can see, the default gateway address, also the IP address of this machine, and also the interfaces list of all of those routers that are available in here, like Realtalk. This is my Wi-Fi that are connected right now, and these are the virtual machines, host Ethernet. As you can see, all of those are available in here. Also the network destination, net mask, gateway, and interface matrix, all of those you can see using this IPv4 route table. Also you have IPv6 route table, which is this one, as you can see. So if you have IPv6 route table enabled, then this will also show up in here. So that's all about the routers that you need to know.